All right, I want to show you, if you own a Model A, you got to have one of these. And they come in different forms. It's a simple test light. I make them and give them to my club members. They're kind of fun to make. You can probably buy them cheaper, but I like the way these turn out. It's simply a bulb. In this case, I think I have a 12-volt bulb here. And you just solder some bell wire. Doesn't cost anything at all. And a couple of alligator clips on the end. And you can buy these by the dozen on eBay or Amazon. So I have a 6-volt battery charger here, and I wanted to light the light for you so you see what it is. And you see it's not very bright, and that's because it's a 12-volt bulb. It's just a bulb I had in the drawer. You can use any kind of bulb you want that'll light up with 6 volts, even if it's dim. And I've got another one here I'm going to play with. I don't know what voltage that is or where it came from, but it was in my toolbox. So I'm going to show you how to make one of these. And you don't have to be good at soldering, but you do have to make a couple of solder joints. These are soldered onto the end of the wires. That's pretty straightforward. But this isn't a soldering class because I'm not very good at soldering. So I'll show you what I do. And in this case, here's one I just did. I took the wire, stripped it, and tinned this light base, and I attached it. The other one I will attach is the other end of another wire to the center of the light. And that's what I did here. One is to the side and one is to the center, so it lights the light. Let me demonstrate how to start one off. I've got a length of wire here, just bell wire, and I'll strip the ends a bit. A little more than that. And then I will cut it because I need 2 leads, and I'll strip those ends. Okay. Now 2 wires. Now if I can get these connected to the light, to the bulb, and then put some alligator clips on it. This is probably the hardest part. I'm not very good at it, but we'll give it a go. I've got some solder and I have some paste, flux, and let's see if I can do this. Put a little flux on it. What I try to do first is to put a little solder on the edge of the bulb. Now, you can see I've got a small dab of solder there that's attached to the bulb. And I just got this little guy. They're only about less than 15 bucks. You do have to fill them with butane, and this one happened to come with butane, but I ordered a couple other little tanks and you can fill them. But pretty nice little tool. I'm just getting used to it. So now I have some solder onto the bulb. Now I will try to melt this wire into that solder. I'll get the wire hot first, And now, it's probably the hardest part. It's not a great solder joint, but it ain't going to go anywhere. The next thing is to solder into this wire to the end of the bulb. And it's already got solder there, so we're okay there, and I'm going to try and use that same solder. Okay, that is the hard part. Now you have to tape this off so that nothing touches each other. But that's your bulb. Oh, and I didn't test this bulb. Let's test it. I just assumed it was a good one. Hope I didn't waste my time. Whoa! See, that must be a 6-volt bulb. Whoa. I probably used a Model A bulb there. Anyway, it's still hot. I'll let it cool before I tape it off. And the next thing is to put the alligator clips on. And I'm just going to show you one of these because I don't want to waste your time. And there's various ways you can get it in here, but I try and get it in the hole, then bend it back on itself, and it isn't going to go anywhere. And now if I can just figure out how to get a little dab of solder on that, I'm all set. Insulation burned a little bit there, and I don't have a good joint. Let me try it again. A little flux. Like I said, I'm not a good solder person, and that didn't match either. I think the solder joint's good. I just didn't wait long enough for it to cool off and get hard. Yeah, it's a good joint. Now you can do this with a soldering iron, but my experience with this soldering iron, they're never big enough, they don't get hot enough, and you got to hold them there for so long. That's why I wanted to try this guy. And as you see, it burns my wood and burns my insulation, but I get a good hot joint, and it's good. It's still hot. And like I say, I'm not going to bother you doing the other one. I'll do that off camera, and then we'll finish it up. Now I've got the other one soldered, and I just happened to find a different kind of alligator clip that I had in my toolbox, and this has a little rubber insulators. You don't really need those. But now I've got the light bulb. Let's make sure he still works, and then I'll start taping him off. There's one connection, there's the other, and we got a bright light. So we want to tape this off such that it won't touch anything, won't bother anything. And I'll put a few more pieces on. tape this little guy off so he doesn't touch anything. Then I'll put another piece on there. As you can see, I wouldn't make it as an electrician, but I get her taped down one way or the other. Not pretty, but it's a good test light. Now let's finish it up. Take a pencil or anything about a 1/4 inch round or so and wind around that baby. Push those coils together. Okay. Take him out and do the same thing to the other side. Real easy. And it looks good and keeps the wire out of the way. Then take him out. Now you've got a nice test light. And you touch this to something hot and this to something that's not hot, and you got a light bulb burning. So you can use this to, if something happens to your car, you check the fire at your fuse, both sides of the fuse, both sides of the coil, both sides of the terminal box, and then you chase it from there. But now where I keep this, I don't think I'll bother to show you, but I hook this under the hood along the radiator support bar is one of them. Hook it one end to the radiator, the other end to somewhere near the firewall. And you just open the hood, there's your test light. It will get dirty over time, but if you need it, you got it right there. If your buddy needs it in the car next door here, you just pop it off, pop that hood up, get your test light out, and go fix his car. So I hope this helps, and you ought to make these. And if you get good at it, make a few and give them to your friends. And like I say, you can buy the same thing. I haven't been successful in buying them. I like these. So I hope this helps, and drive that Model A. And thanks for watching.